Too.
Thank you very much to the gentleman from Arizona for yielding the time and for hosting this special order hour to bring a real attention to this crisis. Just last month, a family of 4 was brutally murdered in the town of Irondequoit, New York, just outside of Rochester. 2 little girls, babies, 2 and 4 years old. They were slaughtered in cold blood by a man who should have never been on American soil in the first place. Was murdered beside their parents. The murderer was an illegal immigrant, wanted for murder in his own country, who somehow managed to sneak across our border, get a fake ID, and tear this family apart. This is not an isolated case. Just last month, ICE agents from the Buffalo office arrested a Peruvian gang leader and a serial killer in Broome County near Binghamton. He was responsible for 23 murders in Peru. He was so callous of a killer that he had their victims' faces and names tattooed on his body. And here he was hiding in plain sight in upstate New York. Now, how did we get here? Vice President Kamala Harris, the failed border czar herself, and the Democratic leaders removed the previous administration's border policies that actually worked, that were actually keeping America safer. And they allowed this border crisis to spiral out of control. Kamala Harris has had 39 months, 39, to get this border crisis under control. And what has she done? Not a damn thing, nothing, no action, no accountability. What have we seen instead? Record-breaking illegal crossings at our southern borders, also at our northern borders, which are becoming a new hotbed of illegal crossings. Rampant drug trafficking of deadly fentanyl into every community across the country, and violent criminals walking right into our neighborhoods. It's not just Washington that's to blame. Democrats in my state capital of Albany, in New York City, they've rolled out the red carpet for illegal immigrants in New York State. Driver's licenses for illegals, check. Free housing, food, and debit cards for illegals, check. It's like if Governor Hochul and her Democratic allies, they put up a giant neon sign saying, "Come on in, we're open." Mr. Speaker, New York's sanctuary state policies are endangering our citizens. This family in Irondequoit paid the ultimate price for the Democrats' reckless agenda. Under President Trump's administration, we had control of our borders. We had policies that worked, building the wall, enforcing Remain in Mexico, and ending catch and release. But under Biden and Harris, all we have is chaos. The wall was halted. ICE and our Border Patrol, they've been limited. And criminals are running free in sanctuary cities like New York. Let me also remind everyone that 158 Democrats voted against the Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act just yesterday, to ensure that anyone crossing our border with a history of violent assault or sexual assault or domestic violence is turned away or deported immediately. 158 Democrats voted against that bill. I ask my colleagues, how many more lives need to be lost before this administration wakes up? How many more families must suffer? How many more families must be torn apart? The American people, they're sick and tired of this crisis. They're sick of crime and open borders and endless excuses. Enough is enough. I yield back.
I thank the gentleman. I appreciate his stirring testimony. Appreciate that.